You can't just throw your vacation rental up on a listing platform and hope for the best. You really need a great team and great technology to have a successful operation, which is why today we're diving into the best software and best smart home technology to help you streamline operations, maximize revenue, and create unforgettable guest experiences. And this applies if you're managing just one property or a couple hundred properties. Technology is a key piece of what you need to know and what you should have to run your business successfully. So the first piece of technology, maybe the most important piece, is your property management software, also called PMS for short. This is really the backbone of your operation, right? You can do things like manage messages all in one spot, manage your calendars, push out to different distribution channels like Airbnb and VRBO, Booking.com and whatnot. On some of them, you can even manage your pricing. You can do a lot of your accounting and keep track of expenses or any maintenance work orders that come up, especially as you manage more and more properties or buy more and more properties. Those things become essential. But really, if you're just managing one property, a lot of people I always recommend should have a property management software because, again, it just helps you professionalize and run it like a business. It keeps you really well organized, and they're not that expensive. A lot of tools run anywhere from about $30 to $50 a month, which you should be able to well cover with the income. And some of the great platforms out there include Hospitable, Hostaway, Guesty, OwnerRez. There's some bigger, better ones if you're running a bigger operation, but those couple that I just mentioned will really help you just keep everything organized, keep it simplified. I think one of the best things that I forgot to mention was automations. You can really program in a lot of automated messages so that you don't have to sit around your phone at check-in time or check-out time every day, just to send the guest a message. So automations is also a big key of the PMS. The next piece of technology I want to touch on is maybe my favorite and what I think is probably the most important or crucial to really driving revenue, and that's a revenue management software, okay? So these are tools that basically manage your pricing all in one spot. You can do a lot of customizations, but the beauty of it is that it brings in a lot of data for you and can help you make informed decisions on when to increase prices, when to lower prices, even just from the get-go, setting up prices for the whole year, right? In the old days, people used to just set up seasonal prices, right? So they maybe choose a single price for every quarter, 4 times a year. They'd pick 4 prices, they'd stick with that throughout the year and nothing would really change. Nowadays, it's gotten a lot more competitive and is better because, again, we're leveraging all the data that we can collect to adjust our prices real time, but also, again, setting them up intelligently from the beginning to make sure that we're maximizing revenue in the off season, shoulder season, and peak season. So these tools are really strong. Again, they're not going to break the bank, maybe $10 a month to $15 a month. Some of the best ones, and I would say the 3 main ones, are Beyond Pricing, PriceLabs, and Wheelhouse. I would say this is super crucial. Not only is smart pricing going to help you maximize your revenue, but the platforms like Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, they like to see that you're changing the pricing because that, to them, to their algorithm or the people working behind the scenes, is a signal that you're working on your listing, trying to make it better and improve it, that you're an active host. They like seeing that. They're going to push your listing more because of that. So to me, it's an essential tool. Now we're on to another incredibly important tool, and that's your inspection or operations software, right? So your property management software, think of that as kind of like the first piece of technology that you need to get access to these other ones, right? That's kind of like your overall just top layer. As you start to go deeper, you find these other tools, and the tool I'm about to talk about is Breezeway. Breezeway is a really strong inspection, cleaning, and maintenance software. They do an incredibly good job with making each of those things intuitive so that it's easy to run the operation of your business. Now, a lot of these property management softwares, they will have those built in. They do have a lot of the same features that Breezeway has, but the reality is the property management softwares, they do so many things that they tend not to do certain things really well. In the operation, the cleaning, the inspections, the maintenance, that's what really delivers great service and a great product to your guests. So it's super crucial crucial that you keep everything organized on that end and running smooth. That's why I would say you do need an inspection tool, or at least we like using it. We find tremendous value in using Breezeway. And this is gonna do things like help your cleaners know what to do when they're in the unit, so you can give them a checklist to go through. It completes it, it saves it, they can get photos, it timestamps it. There's a lot of great things that come from this. I mean, one example I can just think of is, you know, if a guest damages something and you need to document how it looked before versus after, you're gonna have that by using a tool like this. And now these platforms, whenever you try to submit an insurance claim or an air cover claim, they wanna see those photos timestamped. Breezeway does that for you, so it's already clean and cut and should be an easy process. Again, it can manage cleanings, you can send out your calendars, you can share the Breezeway app with your cleaners so they can see what your calendar looks like. Maintenance, it organizes all these different maintenance work orders in a really nice fashion. And maybe I would say this is a better tool as you get more and more properties, because it can also give you some really good data on, you know, what are the consistent work orders that are coming up, right? Is there a consistent issue across all your homes that you're running into and can fix? It can give you a lot of good data on cleaning and what you're paying for that. And then inspections, again, you need a checklist. If you're running one property or 100 properties, you got to run it like a business. It doesn't matter. Those checklists that they have on Breezeway are great. I would definitely recommend looking at a tool like that. All right, and the last piece of technology we're gonna touch on is smart home devices. So these, I would say, well, two of them are optional. One I'm gonna give you is pretty important. The one that is essential, in my opinion, is a smart door lock, right? Something that you can control remotely, or you can program a lot of codes into, because as guests come, it's just super easy to give them a code, let them use that for their stay. That way they don't have to keep track of a key. You don't have to have multiple keys. The other issue with giving a key to guests is that they could go copy it, have access to your property. So codes you can create, delete them. You can do that all remotely if need be. Really essential, and everyone uses them, right? Everyone in our market that I know of uses them. It's not like it's too advanced. It's just how things are done now. The other two pieces of technology that I would say are more optional, and really these come down to your comfortability level, if you will. One's a Ring doorbell, right? So having a camera on the front. Airbnb obviously does not allow you to have any cameras inside, nor should they. They don't want you pointing cameras, looking at the inside either. So, but a Ring doorbell you can have on the outside. That gives some people comfortability in terms of seeing when guests come and go, you know, how big the groups are. Sometimes if, you know, you're worried about a party going on, you see a bunch of people coming in, you got photo evidence or video evidence, you can give that to Airbnb or your property manager, whoever it is, and they can go deal with the situation. The last piece of technology is the Minute device. This is a really good device. Again, optional, not all of our properties have it, but I would definitely recommend it or consider it. It's basically a smart smoke alarm and noise detector. So, you know, performs just like a smoke alarm, but it will send you notifications in real time if something's going wrong, right? You get a notification on your app that, hey, there's a little bit of smoke. Not only does it detect cigarette smoke, it also can detect marijuana now, which is really nice, because the difficulty in submitting damage insurance claims to get a situation like smoke remediated is that there's no visual evidence. It's usually just smell, and it's basically impossible if you don't have any remnants of the cigarettes or marijuana to get those things reimbursed. So it gives you that information live in real time. Again, if that issue happens, you get a notification, you can reach out to your guests, you can be proactive and really stop the incident early into its stages, instead of a guest staying there for a week long. You show up, it smells like smoke, it's gonna take multiple days to clean it out, but you got another guest coming in. It just saves a lot of headaches. So I would definitely recommend those pieces. There's some other cool things out there. Really, we could dive super deep into vacation rental software and technology. There's a lot out there. There's a lot to choose from, but you shouldn't get too overwhelmed with it. These are really the basics, the crucial pieces, I would say, of running a good operation. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If there's any topics I can do in the future, please let me know in the comments. I would love recommendations. I'm happy to talk about anything that you guys find interesting. Otherwise, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.